I don't burn, I shine. In Lucio non Euro, the 7th episode of Season 1 of Outlander, Blood of My Blood, everyone plays with fire, but some people don't get burned. Others experience delayed effects, or they may be felt in subsequent instances. It's among the best episodes of the show thus far. I've listed my favorite parts of episode 7 below. Dougal gains knowledge of Ellen and Brian Ruro. The love between Ellen, Harriet Slater, and Brian, Jamie Roy, is no longer secret, at least not to a key member of Clan MacKenzie. Dougal, Sam Retford, witnesses his sister making love to a Fraser after Brian uses his gun to divert the Redcoats at the Jacobite assembly. Naturally, Dougal sees Brian just prior to the proceedings, and this is obviously done on purpose. A wrench would undoubtedly be added when Dougal threatens to tell Colum, Seamus McLean Ross, about this. That's because, as Ellen points out, her brother attempted to use family funds to support the Jacobite cause without the laird's knowledge. However, given how Ellen's story concludes, Dougal telling Colum what he knows could be disastrous for the entire clan. The consequences might be enormous, particularly in the case of the Grants. Julia and Davina spiking Lovat's food with monk pepper. Outlander, Blood of My Blood adds some humor to the overwhelmingly depressing story through the developing relationship between Julia, Hermione Corfield, and Davina, Sarah Vickers. In order to make Lovat, Tony Curran, impotent in the bedroom, Davina assists Julia in adding monk pepper, sometimes known as chasteberry, to his diet. Lovat encourages Davina to compliment the cook on the new spice, but it's a little touch and go there as he enjoys his food. Naturally, Julia finds it much more pleasant when Lovat is unable to get it up. In the hopes that it may help, he requests more of his new favorite seasoned food. No, my friend. There is no sign of the old fox emerging from the hole. I hope Julia and Davina continue to spend time together. Fitz, Mrs. discovering the Fraser tartan. Ellen's forbidden love affair with a Fraser is known to others besides Dougal. In episode 5, Mrs. Fitz, Sally Messham, finds the tartan that Brian and Ellen wore during their handfasting. She believes Ellen is carrying a flame for her nephew, Rory Alexander's character, Murtaugh. Mostly because the latter is completely enamored with Ellen. However, Ellen doesn't say which Fraser. Mrs. Fitz has enough knowledge. As long as Ellen promises to hide the tartan from any potential prying eyes, she lets Ellen keep it. In the era of no social media, who would have thought that concealing a star-crossed romance could be so difficult? The Grants requesting an Agad purity test. At the Grants' request, Henry, Jeremy Irvine, visits Castle Leoch. The Laird, that is. After Lovat's letter successfully plants doubt in Isaac's, Brian McCarty, mind, he demands that Ellen pass a purity test to demonstrate her moral character. It is outdated and, to be honest, blatantly misogynistic. Colum might figure out who stole his sister's virginity because Ellen isn't a virgin and she has Brian's tartan in her room. While Dougal maintains that his sister made her bed, Ellen is urged by Colum to pass the test. I hope it doesn't kill her. This is a great example of double standards. Despite toying with political fire and jeopardizing Clan MacKenzie's reputation, Dougal receives no punishment at all. Oh, and he didn't even include the coin he took. But Ellen, who assists in getting Dougal home, has to endure more needless suffering. Julia identifying the handwriting of Henry. For me, this is the episode's most endearing scene. Julia would undoubtedly be able to identify her husband's handwriting. After all, it was through correspondence during World War I that they first developed their friendship. I've been waiting for the powers that be to give this couple a bone because Henry thinks Julia is dead, due to the Grants. Julia is now aware that Henry is Clan Grant's bladier. This greatly facilitates her quest. It's hope, too. An end to a lengthy, gloomy, and out-of-date tunnel. We're hoping for a speedy reunion between Julia and Henry.